Hey there. Happy Thursday. Well, we're trudging along through the week, y'all. Not been that exciting of a day, but a couple of months ago, at least, I was making some videos about my broken toilet that was basically my leaky toilet, and I kept expecting it to be fixed and expecting it, and it never happened, never happened. Well, today, finally, a couple months later, I think it's fixed. I say I think because I checked it, before the guy left. Seemed okay from what I could tell, but I was like, I'm not sure. But anyway, he left, and then I checked it again, and it still seemed like it was kind of leaking a little bit. But then I checked it again later, and it seemed like it wasn't leaking, so I really don't know. All I know is that I really hope that it's fixed because, I've literally had a leaky toilet now for at least 2 months. I'd have to go back and look and see exactly how long, but it's been at least 2 months that it's been leaking. So, yay, I think. God. Yeah, and I've talked about it in other videos too about how sometimes things here, it's like you can wait and wait for months for anything to really happen. And then other times things can happen really quickly as far as getting things fixed. Just depends, I guess, on what it is that needs fixing and who's agreeing to actually do it. So, oh my gosh. Well, at the moment, yeah, there's Oscar laying over there on the table and Poppy's over there on the floor sleeping for at least this moment. He's a little wild child. Yeah, he's really very energetic and loves to run and play and just bounce off the walls. And I wanted that because I knew that Oscar needed a playmate that would, want to play a lot since Lightning doesn't. But I think even Oscar's finding this to be a little much. I love him, I do, and I think Oscar likes him too. I think Oscar's kind of surprised at just how much this little guy wants to play. But I think it's a good thing, though. It really is, because it does get Oscar playing a lot more, which is something he needed. And two, I think, because Poppy's just such a little kitten still. Just a little over 2 months old. He's going to be running and acting crazy for a little while. But I think once he gets a little bit bigger, he'll still play a lot. But I think it'll be, good for Oscar when he's a little bigger and he feels more comfortable with wrestling and stuff. But they have been, excuse me, as usual. Ugh. But yeah, they've been wrestling. They've been wrestling with each other and playing and doing all kinds of stuff, which I'm really happy about. And Oscar's so gentle with him. He really is. And that is so wonderful. And I knew he would be. Okay, y'all, I may have to start pausing if I have to keep doing this. My throat's just really dry, and I was drinking some Southern style sweet iced tea, but I finished it a little while ago, and ever since then, now my throat's just like dry. But anyway, oh, I didn't even tell you. I don't think I mentioned this yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I received a delivery that I was expecting. I had ordered my coffee because here in Thailand, where I live, you cannot find ground coffee anywhere. You just can't. You have to order it from Lazada. And the coffee that I really like, that I had bought 2 times back, I had bought some coffee that was really good. Then I tried a different one, and first I tried one that was good. Then when I bought it the second time, it wasn't as strong. It was supposed to be a medium roast, but it ended up being like a really light roast, and it was just not very good. And I had to use a ton of it in order for my coffee to actually taste like coffee. So then the next time I ordered a darker roast coffee, there was a different blend, and I loved it. I was like, oh wow, this is actually really good. And I don't have to use very much of it because it's a dark roast. Well, I was down in my last bag. So I ordered me 4 more bags because I mean, they're like this big. So I ordered 4 more bags, which is usually about 4 weeks. I mean, yeah, it's like a month's worth of coffee. And it was delivered yesterday. And I was like all excited when I got the box and I opened it up and I'm looking at it and I'm going, what in the world? It was the coffee that I ordered, but instead of being 4 bags, it was 8 bags. And I was like, I don't think that I paid for 8 bags of coffee. So I went and I checked my order and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I only ordered 4. And I did the math. I got out the calculator and I was like, yeah, I paid for what I thought was 4 bags, but they sent 8. And because of the way it's set up with like Lazada, there's no way for me to contact them and say, hey, you sent me too much. There's that gate. Welcome to the gate. I should have known it was coming. I can't really do anything about it because I pay cash on delivery. So whenever I order stuff from them, it's delivered. As soon as they deliver it, I'm handing them the cash and then they go. And I thought, what am I going to do? Because I was like feeling guilty. I thought, well, shoot, maybe, what can I do about this? Because I feel kind of bad that they've sent me twice the amount. And I don't know for certain, but I know that when I ordered coffee from them the first time with that other coffee that was good and then not good the second time I ordered, when I ordered it the first time, the reason I ordered it is because they had a special going on where it was like buy one, get one free. And when I ordered it this time, I didn't actually go directly to the store to order it. All I did was go back to my previous orders and went to that one and clicked on buy again. So I didn't actually go to the store to see if they had a special or anything. I just clicked it to buy again, the same thing that I had ordered the last time. And so the only thing I can figure is that they must have had a sale again where it was like buy one, get one free, because that's the only thing that would really make sense as to why they would have sent 8 bags versus 4. But I was feeling really guilty about it for a while until I remembered that they did have that special the first time. And I thought, well, I hope that that's it because, I mean, really, there's no way for me to pay them for it. I mean, when you pay cash on delivery, that's how I pay. And I mean, they're not going to send a delivery guy here to pick up cash to take to them or whatever. It's just a whole different setup here. I mean, it'd be different if I had paid with a credit card or something, but I don't even have a credit card, so that wouldn't have worked. But that's just the way it's set up. So hopefully it was just a special they were running, because they do that every now and then. Usually once a month they'll have some kind of a special that they do stuff like that. So I'm just hoping that that's what it was, because I don't want to have to feel guilty about it. I was at first, though, until I remembered that thing. But anyway, I know I'm just rambling on, but it's because, it's a vlog. It's my rambles. It's my ramble vlog. I can hear Oscar in there playing. Poppy's just, there he goes. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. What? Have you got something to say? I don't know. Anyway, and I can tell y'all it is starting to get to be that time of the year where it's getting hot. I can feel it. It's like it's so bizarre. You'll go from having these nice days where it's like really pleasant. I mean, it's still warm and everything, but it feels really good. And then all of a sudden you're just like, it seems really hot all of a sudden. And then it just gets worse from here. So I know a lot of people would be like, oh, I wish it were hot where I am, because a lot of people are living in cold states where they're probably dealing with snow and freezing temperatures, and they're probably wishing it would be hot. But there's that dang lightning. I swear I could just do a repeat of the same video every day, I think, because it's the same. The gate, lightning at the door. I just, God. Yeah, it's my timing. It's because of the time of day that I sit down to do these videos, because I try to do them around the same time every day. It doesn't always work out like that, but I try to. I don't really know why. It doesn't really matter, I guess, um but yeah, the time of day I do it, I've got the same noise issues every time. And I'm thinking I'm going to try to make another ASMR video. I was going to do it last night, and the people across the street had people over. So they were over there laughing and talking really loud, and this was going on for a while. So I was just like, now I'm getting tired. So I guess I'm not doing my video tonight after all. And I don't know what it'll be tonight. It could be anything. Concerts, neighbors, dogs. I mean, you name it. It could be just about anything. Really, it makes it really hard to make ASMR videos, because everybody wants your video to be quiet, and it's just not an easy thing for me, because I am just not living in a situation where things are quiet most of the time. Usually it's loud, like all the time. There's scooters and all the time. It's just, So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try and do it, but I always have to wait until it gets kind of late in order to do it. And by the time it's late enough to where there's not as much stuff going on, there's still always stuff. Even no matter how late it is, there will always be stuff. But by the time it gets late enough to where it's like, okay, I can maybe get in 5 minutes before I have to stop and wait for some noise to stop before I can continue. Um, by the time that happens, I'm like tired. I'm like really tired, because I'm an early riser. I like to get up bright and early in the morning. And so I'm not somebody who likes to just, I don't mind being up late, but because I just naturally wake up early, I start getting tired when it gets late. So it makes it really complicated. But I mean, I try my best to do the best I can with these quiet videos, somewhat quiet, but it can be really challenging. I mean, the other night when I was making the last video I made, I'm sitting there and I kept having to pause. I mean, I paused probably 100 times during that video. I kid you not. Even though it was late, it was like, I think I started at around 11 o'clock, and I had to keep stopping and stopping for one reason or another. And I remember sitting there, and I started recording again. I started to continue with the next thing, and all of a sudden I heard the roosters crowing. And I looked at the clock, and I'm like, it is 11:37 at night. And the roosters are crowing. And that is no joke. They crow at all hours, even in the middle of the night. I have heard them at 1 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. They don't care what time it is. They'll just start crowing. And then another thing that I had to stop for, after, stopping 100 times for whatever other stuff, then I started up, and all of a sudden, there's like, and I don't know where all these dogs are. It's off in the distance, but it's very loud. It literally sounds like a dog convention, like hundreds of dogs in a convention hall, all howling at the same time. It is bizarre. I don't know why they do it, but it happens almost nightly. I mean, I pretty much could say every night, at some point in the night, it's like simultaneously hundreds of dogs is what it sounds like. It's probably not really that many, but it sounds like it all at the same time, just and howling and barking and all of this. And I really don't know why. I have no clue what would cause that. But it's like they all gather together, and maybe they do. Maybe all the street dogs like gather together every night to have some kind of like party with each other or something, and they just go wild in the same moment. I have no idea. But I had to sit and wait for that to end, which was like 10 minutes or something. So yeah, it's it's always so challenging to make my videos for that other channel because of all the stuff. It's unreal. And then, I got geckos and it's just, it's crazy, y'all. It is. And I'm not sitting here bitching and complaining about it. I'm just talking about it. I'm just telling you what it's like to try to make quiet videos when you live in a place that's not quiet. Like, ever. And that's the other thing too, is like, a lot of people want ASMR videos to be really long because that's one of the few things, I guess, because most people think people only want to watch little short videos, which in my case, that is not true. I tend to look for videos that are long. I like long videos. I want something that's going to be engaging enough that you want to sit there and keep listening for a while. But with ASMR videos, people generally want them long. But when you're in a situation like I'm in, it is extremely hard to make a long video. I mean, I have spent time putting in, to make long videos in the past where, it's like the video should have been 45 minutes long or something, and it ends up like 20 minutes long because of all the editing I have to do to cut out all this crap that's going on. Fun times. Yeah, it's fun. So anyway, I don't even know what got me started on that. I think it was just me mentioning that I was going to try and make a video tonight. Yeah, I guess what I really ought to do is just start attempting to make my videos like as soon as the sun goes down, and then just plan that for the next 6 hours, I'm going to attempt to make a half an hour video over that 6 hour time frame, because that's probably about what it would take to actually do it. Oh, goodness, y'all. Well, I guess I'm going to stop rambling because, I mean, I don't know. Y'all probably don't care. You probably don't give a damn about any of that I just talked about. But I don't have much exciting stuff to talk about for today because the only thing I really did was sit here waiting on the plumber guy to come and fix this toilet, and just went on my brief little errands that didn't take me very long at all. And the rest of the time I was at home, a lot of that time just sitting around waiting on him because he showed up. He basically, the landlady had already come in and unscrewed the little thing that goes up in the bottom of the toilet thing. She'd already unscrewed it. So he came in, took a look, screwed it back in, and left. And I'm like, huh? And then I saw the landlady, and she's like, oh, he come later. And I'm like, okay. So then I was stuck here because he come later doesn't tell me a time frame. So I couldn't really go anywhere because I didn't want to miss him coming to fix it. So I just had to hang around here and wait. So anyway, excuse me. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I look forward to talking again tomorrow, and I will see y'all later. Bye.